So in today's episode, we're going to talk about what to do when RV life is not quite working out.
Yeah, so this isn't our adventures video. This is a kind of raw and real and share our hearts with you because I think this can happen to a lot of people in full-time RV life.
Okay, so bottom line is we are staying in Spring Hill, Florida at a campground for over 3 months, and we're not going to move.
And we've never done this before.
Yeah, that is something that we've been full-time RVing now for 2.5 years, traveling around the country, usually every 1 to 2 weeks, preferably 2. But what's happened is that we had wasn't a bad experience. It was just...
We just hit rock bottom burnout mode.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of it had to do with the fact that when we started Thanksgiving 2024, we went to go see our best friends up in Santa Barbara, California, which is Central California. And then we went all the way from there to New Orleans to meet our kids for Christmas. And when you're only traveling on weekends, to make that kind of distance up, you have to drive pretty much all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And
because we work during the week, we only have the weekends to travel. So it was extra hard on us, I think, in that sense. But we had some 7-8 hour drive days, which we never do. But it was the only way to get where we needed to be. Now, I will say we chose that. We chose to make that drive and put us in that situation because we really wanted to see our friends for Thanksgiving and we really wanted to do New Orleans with our kids for Christmas. And they were great and it was totally worth it. Would I do it again? Probably not, because I think what happened is it was too much, too fast. We were stressed. We were my health was starting to go worse and worse. When I get stressed from the residual effects from the accident, it tends to show up a lot in headaches and, all that stuff. So it was just like a compilation of all those things. We actually had a wonderful Christmas with the kids. And then we were supposed to spend 2 weeks more in New Orleans. And then we were going to boondock almost the entire winter in Florida. We were actually really excited to show you how to do this.
And we did learn that it can be done. In case you're wondering, you can boondock in Florida. And the downside that we discovered was that, in fact, Darlene had all the plans completely laid out, but the spots you could only stay for a week.
Yeah, so we would be moving every weekend. And when you're like us, where we have to move on weekends because he does have a regular job that we need to make sure he's ready to work Monday through Friday, you get limited on when you can move around. And it was just we started thinking we're not going to have a lot of fun because we're going to give up one weekend day every week to move to the next spot. So we would only have one full day every week to do adventures and stuff like that. And it just was this doesn't sound good. We didn't like where we were headed. And so we just put the brakes on. And the problem is, most of you know, finding a seasonal spot in Florida last minute is a challenge. And we are definitely on a limited budget. So we had to keep that in mind. I got really lucky and I called and somebody had canceled. And so that's why we got this spot. Yeah. For us, this was a really big deal. And for a lot of our viewers who are going full-time or are full-time who work a lot, this is a reality that can definitely happen. Burnout can happen. Travel burnout definitely can happen for anybody. Yeah. So staying stationary, I think, is allowing us several things. Several things you can do that you don't have to worry about. I think staying stationary can basically solve a lot of problems that we have as full-time RVers. We are able to go to the doctors because we're here longer. We can wait for the appointments. We can get in. We can see who we need to see. So, dentists, regular doctors, eye doctors, all that stuff. We're taking care of all of that while we're stationary, which has been great, something we really needed, but we were kind of putting off because we were traveling so much. We weren't able to do that stuff. So that's been wonderful.
I mean, you can rest. I mean, just the simple thing of if you want to plan to do things on weekends, I always talk about going and fishing and going to the beach. You don't have to do any of that. You could just stay and chill and read a book or because
slow down
because you're not traveling,
Yeah. But it also allows you to connect with people. I mean, because we're in Florida in the winter, a lot of our viewers, a lot of our friends, our other RVer friends, and just friends and family who live close to here, we're able to kind of go and spend more time with them, meet up with them more. So that's been really nice. We just happened to be here during the Tampa RV show, so a lot of the RVers are around here. So that's been really great to be able to reconnect. And for me, being able to see our son and my mom down in Sarasota is like, that's a big motivator for us to stay around this area. So.
And plus, it gives you time to think. I mean, we've going to the Tampa RV show was a great opportunity for us. We got to meet some great contacts, and it's really kind of spurred us to, because we're not focusing on traveling, we're not, focusing on, where we got to be the next day or the next weekend or follow, it allows us to kind of talk about our goals and just, what we want to do for the new year, because the new year came and went, and didn't have time to think about it. We were just, so it's been good in that regard that you can think about other things.
It's like a great reset. So when you stay put for a while, a lot of the other stuff gets like, it can wait. Let's just kind of focus on where we want to be, what we want to do, what is our upcoming travel looking like. So that's been a kind of nice change. And it also has allowed us to kind of start tackling the repairs that had been kind of accumulating as all that fast travel caused a lot of issues. So we're able to address that stuff slowly but surely, get it all taken care of. So that's been really nice being stationary. Hey guys, we hope you're liking these pros and cons about stationary life, but we have an important question for you.
Are you thinking about going full-time RVing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big question. And if you are, you're doing tons and tons of research, trying to figure out what all you need to do. You're all over the place in different websites and videos, but we have a solution.
That stinks, having to watch all those videos and trying to figure this whole thing out. It's a big deal when you're trying to, go from a regular sticks and bricks house to moving into a 200 to 300 square foot box and moving around the country and doing what we do. So we've made a resource where we're going to give you an actual step-by-step curriculum to make it happen and to where you can get your questions answered.
Yeah, it's just everything that you need to know in one place. And that's what was so important. I wish I had this when we started. Everything from domicile to picking your rig to insurance to every aspect that you need to know, maybe some of the things you don't know that you need to do. And it's in one easy to follow curriculum. And we give you a great Facebook group with people just like you transitioning to full-time that are there to answer your questions. We're there to answer your questions.
Yeah, so if you're interested in that full-time RV living course, just click the link down below or some kind of link that she's going to put on screen and check it out. We would love to have you inside. Now, back to the video.
Okay. So one more thing I think is a pro, and we touched on it, is when you are able to book a spot for longer, so month, 2 month, 3 month, you get a better deal. You're not going to pay as much as those nightly rates as you're jumping around every place. So it can definitely save you some money. You do have to sometimes pay electric and things like that at the spot when you're in an extended amount of time, but it's usually not that big of a deal. So that's something to consider if you're kind of on a budget. Staying put longer, you're spending less on gas too.
Yeah, and you're putting less wear and tear on your trailer, less wear and tear on your truck, and less wear and tear on you.
So let's talk about some of the cons, because on the flip side of all that, and so we haven't been here quite a month yet. I think we're probably getting close to that. So some of the cons that I think you, as people like us who travel the last 2.5 years all the time, like I said, it's every week to 2 weeks we were moving. It's always something new and exciting. You're looking forward to things. Everything's changing. You don't have that when you're stationary.
Of course. The other thing too is that, we're not boondocking, which means we are spending money that we did not necessarily budget. We are certainly on a budget still. And so, I mean, we always prefer to boondock if we can. And we were going to be able to do that with our original plan, but the cons of it were too much. We didn't want to travel every weekend, but as a result, we still had to pay to stay here.
Another little risky thing you have when you stay stationary is if you've stayed there before and know all about the place, you're probably golden. Us walking into a brand new place that we have never been before, you have some risks. So like very first day when we pulled up, to unhook, we noticed the neighbor had one of those dogs that was like constantly barking.
Actually more than one.
Yeah, 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh my gosh, 3 months with a really yippy dog. Like we were like really worried about that. It ended up being not so bad, but it has its moments. And you
especially when you're committing to 3 months, because I'm thinking if I'm going to be here for 3 months, so are they.
Yeah. And like this particular spot we're in, we're at acorns are dropping on our rig constantly, and our dog is eating them, and so and it kind of creates a little dirtiness.
It's a little noisy, but it's more like like smell pollution because the dog, those acorn farts are bad.
It's true, but these are just like little things, really not that big of a deal. It could be for us. We boondock, or we do state parks, or we do kind of camping that it's a little bit more nature and less people. And so that's been a little bit of adjustment. There's a lot more people around. There's a lot more noises. The dog tends to get a little
yankier. More motorcycles, which Hugo can't stand motorcycles.
So for us, that's been a little bit of a change. Would I not do it because of that? No, it's totally worth staying still. Now, I will tell you, get me at about 2.5 to 3 months in, and I'm going to
we'll be ready to go.
We'll be ready to leave. Yeah.
Sure.
But I think this was what we needed to do. I mean, we've been lucky. We're in Florida, so staying 3 months in Florida in the winter is pretty much nice weather. I mean, we've had a couple cold snaps and we've had some dreary days, but other than that, I mean, it's a nice place to be. Again, we've been to the beach. We've, been out and about. So it's a nice stop in our travels.
And this is not hurricane season for Florida. So, it's where everybody wants to be in the winter, and there's a good reason why.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you need a break, don't worry about taking it. Just do it, because I mean, there's no shame in that game. Sometimes we all need to slow down. We need a break. We need to reset.
Got to listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to your spouse, and think, we probably need to slow down.
Yeah. So this has been a good thing for us. So if you find yourself in the same spot, reset's always good. But we also want to show you around Florida. So we'll take you on a few adventures before we let you go.
Yeah, for sure. Greetings from Clearwater Beach. As you can see, it is not sunny, and it's also not really all that warm.
Nope.
But that's because it's February 1st.
Yeah.
Which also means that it's our anniversary. That's right. It is our 33rd wedding anniversary. And we're old.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that it's been 33 years. I don't know. It's great. And we've been together for 38 years.
That's right. We started dating in high school. Darlene was 15. I was 16. We went to different schools across town. I was the cool, dark, and mysterious kid that lived across town.
He kind of was, actually. Ask my friends. Yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, my glasses are broke. I don't have a side.
We got new glasses.
We have new glasses. They're coming this week.
Anxiously awaiting their arrival.
This is so typical. I don't know. I was telling Barry, I was like, oh, this is RV life. It's breaking. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We thought we'd bring you along and just show you, we're about an hour from this beach, but we have other beaches that are a little closer. This one's just really pretty.
Trying to enjoy our weekends here in Florida, and obviously we're going to be able to see family soon and friends down in Sarasota. So it's been a good break for us so far, and we're enjoying our anniversary here on the beach, even though it's not sunny and bright, but that's okay.
But that's okay. A gloomy day on the beach is a great day on the beach, right? So anytime you can put your toes in the sand, although we have our shoes on because it's kind of cold. It's so funny. You can totally tell who is from the north and who are more like Floridians.
The Floridians are bundled up.
The Floridians are like, dude, cold snap. Let me put my Uggs on and like get my fluffy sweater. And people come from the north, they're in like their bathing suits.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this is warm to us. So you totally see everything when you come to the beach.
You do you when you come to the beach. Just do you.
So what did we think about the Roomba Bar and Grill?
It was good.
Yeah.
They had a Jamaican sort of vibe to their menu, and the thing we had was good. I mean, it wasn't over the moon great, but it was like,
it was solid.
Good, great service, great bartender, good drinks. And the prices I thought were pretty reasonable.
Yeah, no, for a beachside, or it's not beachside.
It's not beachside.
It's just a few minutes from going over into Clearwater. But honestly, the prices were good. The food was good. I like the vibe. I thought that was fun. We sat at the bar. Yeah, I mean, I'd do it again. Salmon, I got salmon and sweet potatoes.
I got jerk chicken, and it was good. Oh, the greens.
Oh, the greens are really good. Yeah. And we had
greens.
Mojitos.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with a
Gotta
mojito.
have a mojito. Come to Florida.
That's right.
So I got the boat out today. I am actually in Tampa. This would be Tampa Bay, but this is maybe you can see the city of Tampa the skyline right back there. So this is a little park I found with a boat ramp, and there's a marina right here, and that's Davis Island back there. It's a pretty well-known island, a lot of really big, wealthy houses back there. But it's the first time I've been fishing after this cold front that we had. It was the same cold front that gave Pensacola a bunch of snow. So but now it's actually pretty warm out, but I think the water's still probably pretty cold. So we're gonna go try to find some deeper water. We're actually gonna try to find where the cruise ships park. So it's really deep channels. And I'm thinking the fish might be down inside those deep channels, so we'll see. All right, we got our first fish of the day. This is a speckled trout on a shrimp imitation rig. Well, like I said, we're right here in the cruise ship channel, the Serenade of the Seas. I think that's a Royal Caribbean boat. Not sure, but it sounds like it. A smaller one for them. Here I am.
Nestled along Florida's Gulf Coast, Tarpon Springs Historic Sponge Dock. While the area is famous for its Greek cuisine, we opted for fresh local seafood at Rusty Belly's, a favorite waterfront restaurant where you can enjoy amazing views of the fishing boats while dining on the catch of the day.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you guys want a picture of the two of you?
What you got there? Some crackers? Cracker.
See, what you have to do is you take the mussel and you dip it in the juices, and then you suck it out of the shell. Very good. That's how you do it.
What makes this area truly special is how it's preserved its heritage while welcoming visitors to experience a slice of the Mediterranean right here in Florida. From the local shops to the working waterfront, it's no wonder both locals and tourists flock here for this unique Florida experience.